JKB back with another episode. Today I'm reviewing Astro Duel Deluxe for the Nintendo Switch. Thank you so much to the dev for sending it over. Don't forget to subscribe if you like what I do on the channel. Let's go back in time to the Atari. This is when you could bring asteroids from the arcade home and play it with your family. This game here is essentially taking that and adding a bit of an edge to it. What you're doing is taking control of a ship, shooting asteroids, but also shooting an enemy ship that's on screen with you. Think of asteroids, but a party game where you shoot each other's ships, and then sometimes in some of the modes you're shooting each other. It also introduces power-ups to your ships. You know, things like shields or deflectors or different missiles or different bombs. It's a very simplistic game at a very simple price. Very cheap. Not a lot of dev time went into this, but the idea of turning asteroids into a party game, I have to give them a thumbs up. It's actually a lot of fun when you play with different people sitting around the Switch, because they've also done something quite cool. They kind of looked at the Switch as a tabletop arcade machine, and you put it down onto, say, the table or the floor, and everybody stands around it. And no matter what side you're on, they actually flip the text on the screen to show you, hey, we get it. This is supposed to be inspired by an arcade machine back in the day. And you really get that vibe when you play it with a lot of people. Lastly, you know, it's not a very hard game. You have 3 different buttons: your boost, your actual gas to move the vehicle, and your firing mechanism. That's it. You use your analog stick to turn the ship, and it has simplistic level design, just like it did back in the, asteroid days. They've taken Asteroid, they've turned it into a sort of little mini party game, and they asked me to review it, and I did. And I'm gonna say, in honesty, I think it's a 7.5 out of 10. I think it's for the much older crowd out there that's going to really appreciate the idea of like playing asteroids, but having a sort of edgy side to it, because you do pick characters at the beginning, and some of the modes, like I said, you blow the ship up and your character's floating around, and when you shoot the characters, like blood and guts go everywhere. So it's not essentially for kids. I can see a lot of kids playing it during recess. It is definitely a party game, so I'm going to give it a 7.5 out of 10. I don't think it's for everybody out there, but I think the enthusiasts that love arcade games from back in the day, like Gamester81 here on YouTube, probably would love this game. And if you had the Atari and you grew up with that arcade down the street and the Atari at home, this is a game you definitely have to check out, because it really brings you back to that nostalgia. Thank you so much for watching, and if you like what I did on the show, please subscribe. I'd like to hit 100,000 subs by the end of the year, which fucking won't happen, but let's try to do it. See you on the next episode of JKB.